Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here on Tuesday, the 14th of January. As always, I got Brian Bitler and Matt Fargo with me. We're going to be talking some college basketball. 3 free picks coming at you in about a minute and 30 seconds. Before I get to that, like, subscribe, notification bells on so you know each and every day we roll out the free pick videos. And, of course, we do our Football Friday live. 1 p.m. Eastern. Mark Lawrence, Victor King will be covering the divisional round of the NFL playoffs this week. And obviously, people come in the chat. Maybe we'll talk about the national championship game. There is a college football game, apparently, Ohio State and Notre Dame next Monday. So we got that going on there. But likes, comments, whatever you want to do, we're here for you. Now we're here with free picks. Yes, last week we went 2-1 with our college basketball. Actually, we went 4-2 on Tuesday and Wednesday, the three of us together. We are 8-4 with our college basketball free picks. Not too bad for free picks, but they're free picks. You want the premium stuff where, not that we try a little harder, but it's, games are really on. These are games we get assigned to us that actually I assign to everybody, so they are what they are. Free plays are free plays. Premium plays are premium. Stronger action. GamblersWorld.net. We got a leaderboard. See how everybody's doing. Daily passes, $69.99. 3 738 packages are all guaranteed. We show you a profit over that time, or we credit you back and you go at it again. But honestly, you get on board with pretty much anybody for a week or more. I'm guessing you're going to make money. We've been doing this collectively a long time. Been these guys for well over a decade. We kind of know our way around picking winners. Leaderboard tells you how we're doing. Like I say, win or lose, always the truth, no hiding from the record. It is right there for you. And again, hit the like, Gamblers World for our premium content. Brian Bitler, how's the weekend? What do you got on tap for a Tuesday night? Maybe you're lined up for the NFL weekend. Tell the folks what you got going on, my friend.
Yesterday off a winning day, and overall I've been on a nice 112-73, 61% long-term run. So definitely getting it done. Every day is just about turning a profit. So yesterday's 3-2. I'll take that any day of the week.
3-2 over 100 games is 60% for those out there who don't do simple math, and 60% is good. I don't know. In the real world, it's good. In the Twitter, IG, Discord world, you're a nobody. That's terrible. You
got to hit 79%.
We know for real people that is excellent. That is excellent. Matt Fargo, my guy, how you been?
Doing well. Coming off a nice 3-0 Monday night. Relatively easy winners all around with the Rams, Elon in college hoops, and the Clippers in the NBA. Off a subpar weekend. NFL went 2-3, not great. Made a bad call on the Chargers, which I'm not sure what happened there. Herbert just didn't have it. Nice. But bounced back with a nice win in the Rams last night. So. Looking forward to a strong Tuesday with 5 college hoops plays and 1 NBA. And then looking forward to a big wildcard weekend coming up.
There you go. Get Matt's and Brian's premium plays for tonight, tomorrow, divisional weekend, everything at gamblersworld.net. I said Brian was their number 1 college football. Why not get the guy who's number 1 in football for the championship game? He's proven his worth to everybody here. I had a rare losing college basketball day. I went 1-2 yesterday in college hoops, but I did hit the Rams, and I had a rare NBA winner because my NBA was that puts me at 14-14, 28 games. That's like that used to be a Saturday college basketball for me, but I've reined in myself to like a 5-pack now. I've matured. I'm growing in my old age.
Well, your old hometown, Rutgers, got it done yesterday.
Yeah, I was on the other side of that. I had Euclid there. I was like, you know what? And we did the free pick on that UCLA-Michigan game, I think, last week. And I was like, give me some Michigan there. I thought they were, playing well. We talked about the coach. Then after that game, Cronin came out and was like blasting his team. I'm like, well, I'm still not buying them, but I had an under as a free pick for that Maryland game. They lost that one, so I'm thinking, where's Rutgers? They got what, 2 lottery picks on their team. They're 500. Like, where are their hearts at? Like,
they finally played with passion yesterday.
So I figured I'm going to go UCLA. Maybe they show up here. They're a good team. I like the coach. I thought, whatever. It's one day, folks. If we move on. I what do I have? 4 games up right now. We'll see what we got going on. But we're going to get to some right now, and they're all pretty good matchups here. I'm not going to roll out the ranking of the teams, but we're going to have, we didn't roll in some, ball states here, and there's no added games to go to McNeese and stuff like that. We got all the big boys. We're going to start with our guy. Let's start with Matt today here. We got A&M on the road here facing Kentucky. 6.5, and a 159.5 here. Both teams are 13-3. Kentucky's lost to Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia. It is what it is. You're going to lose a couple games on the road. The Aggies, the same couple road losses. They opened the season with a loss to UCF, Oregon, and then they said hello to Alabama, and Alabama said goodbye very quickly to them last week. But what do you think about this? Is it too many points here? Kentucky got the new coach. You see them ranked. I mean, they have not seemed to miss a beat here with a kind of revamped lineup. But do you want to lay the 6 points here to the Aggies?
No, I do not. I will be taking the Aggies in the spot. They're coming off their first home loss of the season. They're still without Wade Taylor, the leading scorer. He has missed the last 2 games. He's going to miss again tonight. Hayden Hefner has filled in pretty well. The one significant thing that happened on Saturday against Alabama, they went 28 of 48 from the free throw line. That's horrible. I think is what is that? 57, 58%, something like that. That's horrible. And they went 4 for 18 from 3-point land. So you're not going to beat anybody. You're not going to beat Corpus Christi doing that. So it was just one of those games where it was an anomaly. I think shooting wise, they match up I think well with Kentucky. Very experienced team. 10 of the 15 players, actually 9 of the 14, not counting Taylor, are upperclassmen with 6 of those having played in the system for at least 2 years. So there's a lot of continuity out of this team. I think they can bounce back in the spot. Kentucky bounced back. Speaking of which, up that Georgia loss with a 5-point win over Mississippi State on Saturday. And they returned home with their 10-0, but 8 of those have come against quad 3 and quad 4 teams. So they haven't really been tested that much. And the quad 3, quad 4s are teams that are ranked 76 or lower, for those who don't know. And as far as quad 1 games, they are 4-3 overall, and all 4 wins have been by 6 points or less. So when they've been tested, they've come out on top, small majority of the time, but not by margin for the most part. So the one thing is the perimeter defense of Texas A&M is pretty good, and when Kentucky scores or makes 10 or more 3-pointers in a game, they're undefeated this year. So I think Texas A&M can clamp down on the perimeter and slow down the 3-point shooting a little bit and keep this within margin. So I'll take the points with the Aggies.
Aggies plus the 6 here for Matt Fargo. He mentioned Wade out there, Taylor. And last week we were doing a game. We're like, man, why does this line move like that? That was really someone in the chat was like, oh, you guys don't even know he's out. Well, I mean, so it's not official till later on in the day, folks. I mean, you can hear why it's,
Yeah, I looked at 2 different places for injuries. They're pretty reliable. And that morning I saw nothing in either place. So that's
I had to really dig after the fact to go find if it was listed, and it was on one of the college sites for one of the teams. Like, I had to look that it was, the night before that he was, but I mean, that's heavy digging to see if a guy's out. That's, normally you look to see it doesn't come up on your regular sites like that. You gotta
right. In college, a lot of the smaller programs, you don't see many of the big names being out, but for the big name programs, especially leading scorer, you usually hear that news right away. But it wasn't prominent that morning.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
It was in like some tech, and again, you figure it's a ranked team and be out there a little more. But hey, it happens, folks. Yeah. And you know what? It didn't make a difference because we covered the game here for you. We said to take the dog. Got it done. What are you complaining about? It's a winner. Again, 8-4 with our college picks here on the show with us 3 here. Brian, what do you think about this one? You're on the A&M train as well?
Well, I don't like to go against my good friend Matt. It's just a lean. I'm going to take Kentucky only because they lost both matchups to A&M last year. I think this is a circle game for them at home. We saw Kentucky lose to Ohio State and Georgia, but they've performed well. I think this is one of those games that they got to have. That first loss by Texas A&M, not their first loss, but after that long winning streak, losing that last one, I think it took a little air out of their bubble. I think Kentucky here gets it done by 10.
All righty. We're going to look at the next game here, be your matchup here. We're going to stay with another Texas road team here. Baylor Bears, 5.5-point dog here in Arizona, total of 149. This Arizona team, why? First of all, the lines is holding steady. Most game, and I write them down the night before, like these lines are out 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You could, DK comes up with them, and I write them all down, see where they're going to go over through the overnight in the morning. This thing has held steady, and it's a kind of, depending where you go, it's a ranked versus an unranked, and it's a hefty size number here, 5.5, a decent, it's not like a pick 'em. It's you getting a couple points here. Arizona's a team to me that's always seems to have like Baylor. It's got the length, it's got defense, it's got a couple NBA guys on there. They don't seem to get over the hump. A couple losses on the resume now, which is why they've fallen out of the AP. If you get into that kind of stuff, or you're more of a power rating kind of guy, but man, 5.5. It's one of those. For me, at least, it's like, oh boy, I sort of want to take Baylor because I have a spot for Baylor, but it's also on the flip side of it. It's like I see that number, I'm like, yeah, are they trying to lure me in here with the low hanging fruit on the better team getting a bunch of points here on the road? But it's your official play here for the video. What do you got?
Yeah, I got to say I like Kentucky a little bit more than this one. But as far as this game goes, I'll lean towards Arizona at home. They burnt me. I laid 17 against UCF, and they didn't even come really close to covering that one. Arizona started off poorly this season, but they've started to pick up some steam. I think this is a game they need to win by double digits against a ranked Baylor team. So and they got, like you said, they got the length and the talent. I think Arizona gets it done here. I'm going to lay the 5.5.
5.5 for Arizona here at home. Again, it's one I sort of want to take them, but then it's like, I don't know. I see that 5.5, and I'm like, I don't know. The gut and the instincts and the history of betting for me says Arizona is the play. Official show pick, though, for Brian Bitler, Arizona Wildcats minus 5.5. And we've mentioned before, Brian, number 3 in college hoops on the site, number 1 college football. He's got a 3-pack up. I see an Ohio Valley. You love the OVC, baby. You like those little small
conferences. Yeah, small conferences.
There you go. Go get a game of the month right now from Brian Bitler over at gamblersworld.net. Matt, what are your thoughts on this one? You're going to make it a trifecta here on Arizona or what?
Yeah, I'd lean Arizona in this one. Baylor's coming off an overtime win over Arizona State over the weekend. So I would say it's a letdown because it's a big game coming up. I don't want to go that angle, but they're 3-4 in quad 1 games this year. 2 wins came in overtime, and another one came by 5 against Arkansas. I think it was on a neutral floor, actually. So not overly great. Arizona's won 6 straight, so they're trying to get things together after a little bit of a slow start. One thing I looked at metrics-wise, they're number 328 in the country in luck rankings, which not many people look at, but it's kind of like a deviation of winning percentage between the actual record against an expected record using some sort of formula, using row reduction or whatever it is. I don't know how they do it, but I just grab it from other places. So they're one of the unluckiest teams in the country. 3 of their 5 losses have been by, I think, 3 points or less or 4 points or less. So record could be better. I think they're laying a pretty short number, in my opinion, on the situation here. I think it's going to be a rocking environment in Tucson tonight. So, I like the Wildcats in the spot.
There you go. We're all in on Brian Bitler's play here on the Arizona Wildcats minus 5.5. Again, these are the free picks. That's great. 8-4 here in the free picks. We've been doing well. But if you want our premium content, gamblersworld.net for all the premium picks. As I mentioned, Brian with a top Ohio Valley game at home today. And Matt Fargo, he's locked in as well. I see a Mountain West game of the month on tap here for his college basketball. And he's got a couple other games up today, too. I see 4 games. So today would be a prime time to get on board Matt Fargo's $69.99 day pass. Save yourself some money. And then make some money on top of it. So that's what we want to do for you. What I'm going to do is give you this Mississippi State Auburn game winner here. Now, Matt had mentioned Kentucky and Mississippi State, 95-90, high-flying game there, so they're in there off a loss. Auburn, top dogs in all the lands. Man, this SEC is good, right? We've seen them at top. We've seen Tennessee. They're deep. This is a deep conference, much better than their football brethren, I think. And they schedule some hardy out-of-conference opponents, too, unlike their soft friends on the gridiron. But I'm looking at this one here. It's a 7.5, 151 down. Excuse me, 148. This was 151.5 last night. It's come down. I had to rewrite it down here. I'm sorry. I'm going to go over this total. I don't care. It's come down 3 points. And I know we got a guy out for, I think Auburn, their leading scorers out. Right, he's averaging about 18 a game. I do not care. Last game, 66-63. Ugly. Yeah, they won the game. But that is not Auburn basketball. If you look at the way they've played and put up points, 87, 84, 87, 87, 100, 91, 98, 90. I mean, there's a lowly 78 in there. They're going to want to push it here. Even without their guy, I don't think it's going to make a difference. They've still got shooters. They'll take care of business. They're going to come out here and do what they got to do. Mississippi State's off that wild game there. So, one, what kind of legs does the defense have left in the second half if they're going to be able to keep up with Auburn? I don't think they're going to do that. And then you look at the way they've played in their pace of plays. I mean, they're at 90, 83, 87, 85, 79, 77. How doesn't this get into the high 150s or 160s, short of Mississippi State here just dropping the ball and it's an 86-62 kind of game, which I don't really think. I think they're going to get their 70. I think Auburn's going to get into the 80s. And that's that. And I thought about Mississippi State, and I'm like, you know what? I got this more of like a 9-10. I think Auburn's that much better than them. And then I have a little soft spot. I got to go back. I got to go back to my early days of bed and back into the mid-90s with Eric Dampier and Dante Jones on this pod. Well, I remember second half, like February, going from conference play into like I think they won the SEC tournament that year. They went to whether the Final Four or the championship, I don't know. It was some crazy like 15-1 run for them. They were really good. That's a squad that always lived in my hearts, man. That was a monster run for me. That was a nice month of getting a pair of silk boxers and maybe a Movado watch or something. It was true degeneracy. Thank you, Mississippi State, Eric Dampier, back in 96. But I'm going over to 148.5 there. Matt, what do you think this game?
I really don't have a strong opinion on the total, to be honest with you. I would lead Auburn here, which may sound, square or public, whatever. But I had this number at 12.5. Ken Palm has it at 13, and it's only 7.5. I don't think Broome is worth 6 points, whatever the difference is, 5 points, 4 points, based on what number you can get. Because I've seen 9s out there also. So I lean Auburn. They're 7-1 in quad one games. Only lost at Duke in a relatively close game. They've been favored by single digits only 4 times this year. This is the 5th time they've gone 3-1 against a number of the previous 4 times. So I think the numbers, in their favor here. Mississippi State's played a much weaker schedule. I think it's number 70 in the country. So the competition hasn't quite been there. This is the first time they've been an underdog all season, I believe. So that equates, to that, relatively easy schedule. So Auburn's played the number 4 ranked schedule. I think they'll be hyped up to get it done with their leading scorer being out, and I'll lay the price with the Tigers on this one.
There you go. Little Auburn fan, which kind of plays to my over because they're going to have to come in and do the heavy lifting here, scoring wise. Yep. Brian Bitler, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards Auburn here. Just a slight lean. I mean, they haven't covered 4 straight games, so bettors been getting burned on back in Auburn, and they've played a much tougher schedule. Mississippi State, a lot of cupcakes on there. Line 7.5. I'd be surprised if they don't win by double digits. So I'm taking Auburn here, Tigers.
There you go. Auburn official over Auburn and Mississippi State 148.5. Little recap here. I'm going over 148.5 Mississippi State and the Auburn Tigers. Brian Bitler, Arizona minus 5.5. We all kind of agree on that one there. We kind of like that. Don't be fooled into the Bears or take that 5.5. And Matt Fargo, A&M plus the 6 versus Kentucky. So a couple big matchups for you. People love the big names and the ESPN kind of nonsense. We got you covered here on gamblersworld.net with, Winner Circle here with our free picks, gamblersworld.net for our premium action. As mentioned, Mountain West Game of the Month for Matt Fargo, gamblersworld.net. A Ohio Valley. That's a smaller school, folks. You can still make money in it. And Brian Bitler has been doing that number 3 in college hoops. at gamblesworld.net. Go get it. I'm loaded in too. I got a little 3-pack of college basketball up for today. I'm having a nice little run here. I think I'm number 2 in college basketball on the site there. So there you go. Gamblesworld.net for the premium. Like button here on the Winner Circle YouTube channel. Matt, Brian, and myself will be back here tomorrow doing some more college basketball, and we're doing we got some Kansas, some Texas, some Tennessee. Again, it'll be a marquee matchup for you folks. I know you love them. We'll have an edge for you to bet on. But till tomorrow, Brian, Matt, thanks for coming by. Good luck in your bets, everybody. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Bye-bye.